I'm Amber Philpott. They're setting up now for what is sure to be a big night in Johnson County. How one country duo is hoping their music brings hope.
A Georgia man is caught in Lexington using stolen financial information to buy gift cards. We're talking to police about the latest safety precautions that gas stations are now taking.
Civilians across the country are taking up arms to protect the troops who protect them after a deadly shooting at a Chattanooga recruiting office. Coming up, you'll hear from a veteran who is standing guard at a recruiting center in Louisville.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Tonight, the country music duo Sunday Best and singer Tyler Childers will help flood victims with a concert.
More than a week later, the cleanup continues in Johnson County after deadly floods swept through parts of the area, destroying homes and changing lives forever. Amber Philpott is live in Paintsville, where the free benefit concert will take place tonight. It's our top story at 4:30. Good afternoon, Amber.
Jennifer, you know, just last week, Johnson County saw an outpouring of love and support from in this state and all across the country. And tonight, that love will continue when the popular country music duo Sunday Best takes that stage for a free concert. And organizers here say tonight it is all about lifting spirits. They are setting up for what is sure to be a big night in Johnson County. For a place hit with so much, tonight it's about the power of music from a duo with deep Eastern Kentucky roots.
I'll get together and see what's going down.
When Chris Bentley and Nick Jamerson of Sunday Best learned of the devastation in Johnson County while on the road, they turned to friend Kayla Moore.
It just tells you that they're still humble, their heart's still here.
Moore herself lives in Paintsville. She says what Sunday Best is doing tonight could have been done any time, but the fact they wanted it done now shows their love for the people they call their kinfolk nation, people who have supported them and who they now want to support with a simple concert to take their minds off what has happened.
I think tonight is going to be a real morale booster more than anything. I think that's really what Johnson County needed, and I think the boys agreed with that. That's really why they wanted to do it.
Well, tonight that concert starts at 7. It is free. Monetary donations, though, are encouraged. They're also taking donations of other supplies like rubber gloves, boots, Clorox wipes, things like that. And speaking of that concert tonight at 7, I want to bring in Mr. Tyler Childers. Tyler, come on over. You get to open for Sunday Best tonight, and more importantly, you are a Johnson County native. What does this mean to you tonight?
Well, I'm not a Johnson County, I'm a Lawrence County native. I went to school here in Paintsville, but more importantly, me and Sunday Best and all of us were East Kentucky natives. You know, we're all from this area, and it's important when stuff like this happens for all of us as Eastern Kentuckians to come together and help each other out and do our little bit, you know. And
looking for a good night?
Looking for a good night.
What are people going to hear from you?
Just going to have bass and a pedal steel and some drums and be singing songs and having a good time.
Tyler, I know it'll be good. Lawrence County, Johnson County, it's all the same sometimes, right? We're all family. Tyler, have a good night tonight. Thank you. So there you have it. Sunday Best, they've been out here doing all of their sound checks. They are ready to go. Coming up tonight at 5, I'm going to touch base with those guys. They are good friends of mine, and they are really excited to be here and doing something so great for this community. That is the story here at Johnson Central High School. Amber Philpott, back to you.
Amber, thank you. And what a beautiful night for an outdoor concert.
Perfect.
Couldn't be any better. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey to see how long this is going to last. Chris?
Yeah, you know, the air they're getting it on into Johnson County there, low 80s, similar to what we have across the rest of the region. As you mentioned, kind of picture perfect out there. Definite September feel to the air, though we're looking on the southern horizon with our sky cam and still noticing some clouds that are beginning to pick up. Low 80s, 81 right now, Lexington. Winds are coming from the north. That is a great brand of air, north at 9 miles per hour. Don't often see that northerly wind around here in the summertime, though we've seen it on a few occasions here of late. Mountain Parkway corridor. Hey, speaking of Sunday Best, got a great song called Mountain Parkway, and the parkway as of right now is dry. Live First Alert Defender. Most of the area is dry until we get into areas just south of London, on top of Corbin. This is just some sprinkles here. Back to the southwest into parts of the Lake Cumberland area, especially Wayne County, Monticello. We've had some bigger storms to the south into the volunteer state of Tennessee. Area of low pressure that is developing toward the Ozarks or near the Ozarks, going to roll its way toward the east, and that means the potential for at least some scattered showers and thunderstorms into the land for your Thursday. Then we focus on a weekend that looks like typical summertime here into central and eastern Kentucky before the storms start to kick back in. 7-day forecast, guys, coming your way in about 10 minutes from now.
Chris, thank you. A Georgia man was in court today to answer to dozens of charges in Lexington for his involvement in a credit card scheme.
Police arrested Tatorian Moore at the Hamburg Walmart. He's accused of trying to use gift cards that were encoded with information from dozens of stolen credit cards. WKYT's Mark Barber has the latest on the investigation in this Crime Tracker report.
Police say credit skimming schemes like this one can have large payouts for criminals. They say crooks can make as much as they would selling drugs. But if they're caught, the penalties are not nearly as harsh. Investigators say they caught the man in their latest case yesterday afternoon. According to court documents, Tatorian Moore was using stolen financial information to buy gift cards from the Walmart in Hamburg. Police say while the 34-year-old from Macon, Georgia, was inside the store, he left his 9-year-old boy alone in his car. According to court papers, Moore skimmed the credit information off at least 50 credit and debit cards. Police say many times credit schemes like this one happen after large companies get hacked. That's when crooks start buying stolen credit card numbers online, and then they use that data to forge their own credit cards. Investigators tell us the criminals who are tied to those crimes here typically follow I-75 up from the Miami or Atlanta area.
It makes it very easy for these folks to jump in the car, travel, and do this type of activity all along their route.
Moore is facing 55 charges, including endangering the welfare of a minor and fraudulent use of a credit card. Police say in the past month, all gas stations in Lexington have put security tape over their gas pump doors to prevent the installation of credit card skimmers. They say if you pull up to a pump and see that tape is broken, don't fill up there. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Police say cases like this one serve as a reminder that anyone who has a credit or debit card needs to check their monthly statements regularly. Fish and Wildlife and other agencies have resumed their search for a possible drowning victim in western Kentucky. Dispatchers in Muhlenberg County say a 17-year-old boy disappeared last night in the Graham community after he jumped into a mine pit. So far, he has not been found. Volunteers are showing up to guard military recruiting centers across the country.
And this is in a response to the attacks in Tennessee last week. The attacker opened fire on a Chattanooga recruiting center before killing 5 servicemen at a Navy Operations Support Center nearby. Military regulations prevent recruiters from carrying weapons at work, so veterans and civilians are stepping in to try and fill the void. When a Navy veteran in Kentucky saw a Facebook post about veterans standing guard in Alabama, he decided to follow suit. Theo Keith reports.
Well, there's lights on now.
Tim Cowan arrives at the Armed Forces Career Center on Dixie Highway to ask if he can protect it.
My intentions were to come up there and try to get a group, maybe all through Louisville, and stand guard out here for your all's protection.
Cowan was in the Navy for 4 years in the 1980s.
My grandfather's a World War I vet, my father was a World War II vet, and I'm a Cold War vet.
He remembers a pledge to defend his country.
And my oath won't die till I die.
Kentucky allows its National Guard recruiters to carry weapons. The governor explained that policy Tuesday.
Kentucky actually has been proactive in this area.
Federal law is different. It bans recruiters from being armed, a rule being questioned after the shooting in Tennessee.
My question is, why aren't they allowing that now?
Cowan's response?
Until they allow that, I'll be out here standing watch over these ladies and gentlemen. That's what I like to do, to protect these men and women in these recruiting stations so we don't have another Chattanooga in Louisville, Kentucky.
A call to arms to guard all the recruiting stations in Louisville.
Ladies and gentlemen, this happened on American soil. This is our country. We need to protect it.
That was Theo Keith reporting. Kentucky National Guard recruiters are allowed to carry concealed weapons with a permit, and some guardsmen are reportedly choosing to do that. Coming up on WKYT News tonight at 6, we'll tell you about a former Houstonville police chief who is standing guard outside a recruitment center in Boyle County. All this happening as flags at all state buildings will fly at half-staff starting tomorrow. Governor Beshear issued the order today in honor of the military members who lost their lives in the shootings in Chattanooga last week. The flags will remain at half-staff until sunset on Saturday.
More than 2 weeks after flames tore through 3 historic buildings on Louisville's Whiskey Row, a celebration is happening right across the street.
Brown-Forman kicked off its construction of the new Old Forester distillery right next to where the recent fire happened. The distillery will include fermentation, drilling, barrel making, and bottling. Company leaders and Governor Beshear, also the mayor of Louisville, took time to talk about the benefits this distillery will have for the city and Whiskey Row.
It's more than bricks and steel. When you take a look at the history of this company, what continues to be built is a legacy. It's a mark of distinction that continues to make our city even more unique.
The new distillery is set to be completed and open in 2017, a few months behind the original schedule. Plans changed a bit after the fire, but company officials say the delay is not a big deal. They're just glad that no one was hurt in the fire and that firefighters were able to keep their buildings protected.